The big difference, besides a few premium activities in games and vocabulary and things, from the free membership to the paid membership, is with a paid membership you can track. You can track students, how they're doing on the spelling tests, and with a free membership you can't track, but they can still access a lot of the games and activities. The other difference is there are just more activities with the paid membership. I'm currently using the free version right now, and I'm happy with that, except I really would like to be able to track, so I'm considering the upgrade. It can also upgrade for schools and districts as well, so you may want to look into that depending on what your current needs are. So there are a lot of different ways you can use Spelling City. Even with a free membership, you can enter your own spelling lists. So, you know, if you have even 3 or 4 different spelling groups in a classroom, you can enter each of those lists individually and give students the link that they can access either within your classroom and or at home, and they can practice their spelling that way. I use the Words Their Way program, and my lists are not entered in there by me, but most of the Words Their Way lists are entered in there. So if you want to search for Words Their Way program, you know, your choices are LN, letter name, WW, your SJs, or your DCs. And for the sorts, just put the sort number. So let's say we want to do SJ, the syllable juncture. Make sure you put a space there for the space bar. So let's say sort, another space bar, 45. Okay. Don't want to search by teacher name. You need to search by list name exact. So all of those pieces have to be there. And you've got to have the spaces in here. If you don't have the spaces in here, this is not going to work. Okay, so we do the search. Then there are these different pieces here. You can click on the list name, which is what you're hunting for. There's also the teacher name, and there's also other things you might like to do. Games, teach, print, spelling test, vocabulary test. Okay, just go ahead to the list, check it, make sure it is what you want your students to be accessing. Usually, you can play a game. You have some of the premium activities. They can do flashcards and also take a vocab test. So let's just say that we want to take a spelling test. So we click on that. I love the lady's voice here.
Get ready for the test. Don't forget your list. Begin.
Okay, no one.
Reptile. A reptile, such as a snake, has scales.
Okay, so then let's say they didn't quite hear it.
Reptile.
Okay, and they need to hear the sentence again. This is really key to get kids to clicking on that sentence.
A reptile, such as a snake, has scales.
They'll say they didn't hear it, they didn't understand it. What did she say? And I have to remind them, click on the sentence. You know, 9 times out of 10, that will fix it for them. Okay, we type in reptile and then go on to the next
Review.
word.
Before the test, review the unit we read earlier.
Okay, fill that all out. Click check me, and then it'll bring up what percent they got correct. So if I click it now, I've only done 1 word, but it will still correct it for me, and it will show the results. Okay, it'll show what I didn't try, it'll show what I got right, and then I can put my name right in there. And if I click print report, okay, you can even get a certificate actually, but if I click print a report, it will generate a spelling report for me, which is very cool because what it does is toward the top, so it's got my name, it's got the teacher, which is not ideal because this is not actually my list, it's a list that I borrowed, so you can just cross that out. Or say, you know, borrowed from. Number of correct words, 1. It tells a percentage, only 4%. Number of words not tried, 22. And it will tell the number of incorrect words. The total number of words, 23. Okay, so for Monday, let's say all those words not tried, let's say I got them incorrect. It will show how I spelled the word here, and then it'll show the correct spelling. So students can actually print this off, take this right home, and practice it for their spelling homework. Students love this, I really love it, and it's differentiated. So for every kid, it's a different printout with their name on it, the date, and you know how neat to be able to actually track that. And kids could actually track that themselves. They can actually use a tracker, a spelling goal tracker, you know, to mark how many they got right on day 1, right up through day 5. And you can even extend it to, okay, you need a little more practice, you work on it this weekend, and you give them a final chance on Monday morning just before they take that week's pretest. So you can actually give them 7 full days to work on it. So you can get the test printed out. That's what the spelling test will teach me. They can practice the words. So they're working with the same list. Alright, let's say you want to work on
reptile. R-E-P-T-I-L-E. Reptile. A reptile, such as a snake, has scales. Reptile.
Alright, so they hear the word, they see the word, they hear it, how it's used. Play a game. Over here, you'll see many different games and activities. This one happens to be free for the month. These are the premium ones. These are the free ones. And it's good because there's a lot of different games kids can play with their spelling. And Spelling City really is a great way to differentiate because each kid can be working on their own list, working on their own activity. And, I do enjoy teaching spelling lessons. I do enjoy helping kids see patterns, and you can still do that in small groups or individually as needed. But this really frees up a lot of time to do other things as well. The other thing you can do with this, you can take a look at different kinds of lists. So you can take a look at lists by subject, even. You could do a search by subject, or I'm going to show you right at the beginning here. So you can search by those different things. Okay, right here. This is what I was showing you. So the math vocabulary, let's say you want to do something with math. Okay, it has all the math vocabulary lists by grade level. So say I want to see the 3rd grade math words. Okay, 3rd grade math vocabulary. We'll say Spelling City provides these 3rd grade math word lists for teachers and their parents. Look at this. There are 5 different categories and a number of different lists in those categories. Okay, and it shows how it matches up with the Common Core. So this is really a neat thing to have on there. And look, there's some math learning games. Okay, and it shows where those things connect to as well. So this is how you use Spelling City, spellingcity.com. And again, you can search by category, you can put your own lists in, you can search other people's lists. Just make sure if you're searching the list, click on Find a List, enter your search term, make sure you have your spaces. So www space sort space 54. Okay, don't search by teacher's name unless you're searching by teacher's name actually. Search by list name exact, that'll get you there. Okay, so this is just a little tutorial on how to use Spelling City, and I hope you find it helpful.